This tub of water represents the Earth's total water supply. As of 2015, 97.5% of all water on the planet is salt water, and most of that is found in the oceans. That means that the only fresh water on the planet makes up just 2.5% of the Earth's total supply. Well, you may say to yourself, think how big the oceans are. 2.5% of all the water in the oceans is enormous. Well, think of this. How much of that fresh water is available to humans? About 68.7% of the total fresh water on the planet is found in ice caps and glaciers. 30% of it is located deep underground. Of that 1.3% of fresh water remaining, 66% is found in permafrost and ground ice. So, only 34% of 1.3% of 2.5% of all the world's water is found in rivers and lakes, soil, and the atmosphere. That's 0.01% of all the water on Earth. 1/100%.
Well, what would happen if you used up all of that fresh water? Plants that get nutrients from the water running through the soil beneath them would die. Animals that eat those plants would have no food, and due to a lack of nutrients over time, they would die as well. At that point, there'd be next to nothing left for humans to eat. And more importantly, there'd be no water for us to drink. You try drinking salt water, but if you've ever been to the beach, you know that may not be the smartest of ideas. Well, what about clouds? Look at this pot of salt water, for example. When the sun heats up salt water, it begins to evaporate and form vapor. The bond between the water molecules and the salt ions are broken, and the salt separates from the gas. From there, the vapor rises into the atmosphere, and as it cools, it forms a cloud. When a cloud is formed, it's full of fresh water, which eventually becomes precipitation. When the cloud rains over a lake or river, that fresh water is put back into the freshwater systems that eventually make their way to our houses. But can clouds convert the salt water in oceans to fresh water faster than we can use it? As of 2013, around 783 million people do not have access to clean water supplies. And since then, the number has only risen. If rain is not reliable enough or fast enough as a source of fresh water now, why would it be later when we have even less water?
So, if all our food sources run out and our water runs dry, we'll be in a bit of a predicament. How can we possibly prevent this from happening? Let's start with the baby steps. Don't waste water. America wastes around 32% of its monthly fresh water supply. It may seem simple, but there's a lot more to it than just choosing showers over baths or turn off the faucets when you brush your teeth. Though that is a large part of it. On average, the US population wastes 40% of its food. That's equivalent to every person living in America throwing away 20 pounds of food per month.
Well, that's just food. Food does have water in it, but not that much. What does that have to do with water?
Believe it or not, 80% of the water consumed in America is used in the irrigation of crops. The other 20% is divided between domestic use, public supply, thermoelectric powers, industrial uses, and livestock care. Remember that 32% of our freshwater supplies that we waste every month, that is made up almost completely of water from wasted food. Like when you throw out a half-eaten sandwich, or leave your popcorn on a seat at the movie theater.
Yeah, don't do that.
Tell your friends, start something, make a wave.
Open your eyes and see the problem. So what are you doing in America? Help us conserve that 0.01%.